The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 627 of Daily Deck Review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Gold Edition of the Bicycle 8-Bit Playing Cards. So, no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. As we can see, it is in that standard glossy finished tuck box there. It's in that gold kind of tuck box colorway. It has that red and white bicycle logo here. And then you got that kind of shield kind of little design there with the different pixelated suits there. And that's 8-bit playing cards, pixelated playing cards, limited edition, or limited gold edition. And then you got that little official home run seal. On one side here, you got a little 8-bit character and a little sword and it says 8-bit. And then it says Magic Finish, made in the USA. On the other side, you got two little gold keys and it says manufactured by United Playing Company. On the bottom here, you get the barcode and some corporate information, and these are from 2013, so over a 10-year-old deck of cards. And then in the USA, on the back, a little sneak peek of that back design. And there was a seal on these, but since I said they're over 10 years old, the seal has since fallen off. But it was just that standard United States Company black seal with the white border. And then on top, it says Poker Size and Home Run Games. On the tuck flap here, you got the corporate information there. But at the top here, it says multiplayer games require one game deck and another person. See a manual for another person. And then on the inner tuck flaps here, you got a little home run little logo there. And then you got a little controller there. Now for the cards out of the box. On the inside of the tuck box here, just that matte white finish. Nothing too crazy there. But now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to look at the cards. And as always, we'll start with that back design. So here we have a mirrored back design here with a thicker white border going around. So it is that kind of more goldish kind of back design or background color. And then in the middle here, you got like the little castle design there. You got the little shield kind of little design with all the different suits there. And pixelated, you got some water, you got the stairs that go down. Then you got some different items, like you got a bomb, you got some like gems, the keys, you got some swords, you got the controller. Then you got that kind of like stone wall going around. And then if you zoom in, you got some more like, I don't know, coins or something going around. And then there's a thicker white border. And if you flip it over, same design in both directions. Yeah, but now for the cards. Here we start with the first Joker. It says Joker Lucas Turbo. And then it's the Joker's holding a little game cartridge there. Then you got like a wizard or some kind of like older character there. It says it's dangerous to play alone. Use this. And it has the US and the pixelated design. And then you got second Joker, which is Joker and then Huff. Then you got another little game cartridge. And you got kind of a little mystery, little question block there. And then some cartridge spilling out of it. It has the US. You got a little token there. And a lot going on there. Now, and then you got a double back of that back design. And then you got a little 8-bit home run little playing, I guess, a little ad card here. And it has their website there at the bottom. But then you get to the custom Ace of Spades where it's fully gold. And you got that 8-bit spade there with a little face on it. And then the custom font there in the corners there. A little gold little border going around the spade. And it just says the United States Playing Company. Or the US Playing Company, United States of America. And that's the only gold card in the deck, so it slightly stands out. And you got that custom spade font there, which has that kind of little angry face and that kind of yellowish gold little border going around it. And then the pixelated font there in the corners. And then that goes throughout the rest of the spades. And then we got the fully custom court cards here, where they're fully pixelated characters. So you got a little robber for the jack, the queen. There's like a little alligator or crocodile. And then you got a tree for the king there, and it has a sword. And you got 3 different characters for the diamonds here. And the diamonds just have a little black border. So you got a little hippo for the king. You got a little queen there for like the queen there with some like purple hair. And then you got another little character for the jack. And you got the custom diamonds here, which have another little orange gold border going around it. And they have more of a, well, they're not an angry face, it's more of a normal kind of face to it. But then the ace of diamonds here has that kind of more angry kind of face to it. And then we got the clubs here, Jack, Queen, and King of clubs. There you got the little like Robin Hood kind of little main kind of character there with the sword and shield. And you got a little robot there with like a shotgun or something. And then you got a little knight there with like a sword and another shield. Jack. And then you got the clubs here, which has 3 eyes, which is kind of a little creepy. But it's all like that same little gold border going around it. There. And you can see the bigger version of it there on the ace of clubs. Kind of creepy with the 3 eyes there. And then the mouth at the bottom. And then lastly, we got the jack, queen, and king of hearts here. And they're the more standard core cards here. So that kind of more standard design, just a more pixelated version of it. And they still get that gold border going around the hearts. And then you got more of a surprised face here on the hearts. You can see it a little bit easier on the ace of hearts. But now that we take a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And surprisingly, I've had these for like almost like over 10 years now, and I've surprisingly not really shuffled these before, so that's kind of why they're still in new deck order. So I'll be shuffling these pretty much for like the first time. I've taken them out of the box and looked at them, but I haven't really shuffled them. So like I say, straight out of the box, they're definitely on the thin side. So if you like thin cards, these are definitely thin. So super easy to spring. So they feel broken in straight out of the box. Almost a little too thin for my liking, because I like a little bit more of a thicker or stiffer deck, but still pretty smooth. They fan fantastic. Super smooth Pharaoh. And it did say that on the side of the talk box that I have a magic finish. And I can definitely tell they feel slightly different. But they handle fantastic. Whatever that finish is, they handle fantastic. So there's definitely no issues with the handling. And I don't really think they use those kind of like different kind of finishes too much anymore. They might on some decks, but like they don't use it as much as they used to. But those cards feel and handle fantastic. So if you're a fan of like retro or 8-bit video games, then this is a pretty fun deck here. This is the gold edition, so it has that kind of more gold kind of look to it compared to like the standard one there. Once again, here's that back design. It looks a little like, I didn't mention it, but it looks a little familiar to another retro 8-bit game. Then you got the fully pixelated custom faces, so all the cards are fully custom there, and all those different suits have different faces on each of the cards themselves. Then you got some like happy faces, some more surprised or mad and angry faces, and stuff like that. And like I mentioned, there's only one card here, kind of stands out there, which is the fully gold Ace of Spades. And then you got those custom court cards there with the different 8-bit kind of characters from like the game, I guess. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. And this has been day 627 of a daily deck review. This has been the gold edition of the Bicycle 8-bit playing cards. And I'm the Canadian Character signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.